Today, we'll be deriving the quadratic formula. My name is Ved Krishnan, and let's get started. Now, off the bat, you may notice that this is one of those very rare non-calculus videos. Now, the reason why I'm making this is because it is so important for anyone and everyone to know how the quadratic formula was formed. I have met people who have been studying calculus and still do not know where the quadratic formula comes from. I have met so many Algebra 2 students who just say that their teachers taught them to memorize the quadratic formula. In fact, people have trouble memorizing this at times. You know, the teacher may, first of all, just tell you, oh, for the quiz or test or whatever, or final exam, well, whatever it is, you need to know the quadratic formula. And they may put some song, whatever nonsense that they do. But they don't actually prove the quadratic formula. They just tell you, memorize this. And this is one of those strong examples where they just give you something and don't tell you how it actually works or where it comes from. So it all comes from, again, this ax squared, the standard form of quadratic equation, ax squared plus bx plus c equals 0. This is where it all comes from. Okay, so really to get the quadratic formula, it's not using any new technique. It's just completing the square, which you should know if you are well into quadratics. All right, so really it's just this in completing the square. So the first thing that we're going to do is move this c to the other side. So I'm going to, the first thing is to get this ax squared plus bx equals negative c. The second thing we're going to do is divide both sides by a. Okay, because you want to actually get this to be a coefficient of 1. So we'll get x squared plus b over ax equals to negative c over a. Again, this is just the completing the square process. Nothing new here. Okay, so the third step is, of course, taking this guy right here. Right? Taking this guy. I'm going to draw an arrow here. We're going to take this b over a. We want to divide it by 2 and square it. So then this will then equal to b over 2a squared, which will then equal to b squared over 4a squared. All right? So now we want to just add this to both sides. So you'll get x squared plus b over ax plus b squared over 4a squared equals to negative c over a plus b squared over 4a squared. All right? And now, for the fourth step, this right side, or left side here, is a perfect square. Okay, so that's what we created this left side into a perfect square, right? This is part of the completing the square process. So if you notice already, this will just be x plus b over 2a the whole squared. And then this will then equal to negative c over a plus b squared over 4a squared. So what we can do here is get a common denominator of 4a squared by multiplying this term, the negative c over a, numerator denominator, by 4a. So then we'll get this equals to, I'm going to rearrange it into b squared minus 4ac over 4a squared. All right? And now, of course, to top it all off, we just take the square root of both sides. Okay, we take the square root of both sides, and this will be plus or minus. Okay? And then the square and the square root cancel. And then for the fifth step, we'll get x plus b over 2a equals to plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac over 4a squared. Now, using our properties of radicals here, or square roots here, square roots, also radicals actually, this can be rewritten as plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac over the square root of 4a squared. Okay, so then 7 x plus b over 2a equals to plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac. And the square root of 4a squared is 2a. Don't worry about the absolute value. Okay, so you already have the plus or minus. So then now we want to isolate x, right? So for the 8th step, we'll get x equals to negative b over 2a plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac over 2a. So then for the 9th step, it's therefore with this common denominator of 2a, this will be negative b, or sorry, let me write the x here. X equals to negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac over 2a. So that's our quadratic formula. So super easy, literally just using stuff that you already know, just completing the square and the standard form of quadratic equation. That's it. See you in the next video.